Retro. No.
Brews and Blasters proudly presents a very special episode discussing Chapter 14, The Tragedy of the Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. Bubba. Oh, Bubba. Let's hear it. Let's hear you.
Oh, Bubba.
Oh, Bubba. Boba, Boba, Boba Fett. Oh, yeah.
Boba's back, baby.
Yeah.
The Fettquest is over.
Oh, Fettquest. Fettquest, my friend. Fettquest. I feel like Fettquest continues. Fettquest is over. Oh no, we've only just begun. The Fett has a quest. He has a new quest.
We've always bought everything Boba.
Yeah.
And I got news for you.
Yeah.
Make room because they're going to be making a lot more stuff, and we're going to buy all of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like the big wigs at Hasbro were just watching this episode and going, yeah, bring in the money train, guys.
Yep. Sideshow Hot Toys. They're everyone's pumping it out right now. You know it.
You know it. But you know what? We need the new Boba. I don't want to hear any more of this old school Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi Boba. You know, because after 38 years,
we have plenty of Google. Now we want the new one.
Yeah, exactly. We want the new one. You know what I mean? Because after 38 years, the man from the 70s is back.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out.
Boba Fett. Hey, who doesn't love Welcome Back, Kotter, right?
We all watched it.
We all loved it. Yeah. I think that was like one of the first episodes we ever did. It was like episode 5 with the Sweat Hogs. Yeah.
I think we did actually.
Yeah, the Sweat Hogs of Star Wars fandom. That's one of like episode 4 or 5. Yeah. I tell you, we were great podcasters right out of the gate. You know? Well, that's what it's all about.
We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, we knew exactly. We knew exactly what we were doing the entire time. That's really what it all boils down to. You know, we're good. What can you say?
We've been wigging out for like 7 years now. I mean,
yeah,
that's that.
Yeah. So a bunch of stuff happened in this episode, but Boba Fett came back. So let's talk about that.
Well, once again, they did a great job of not letting us wait a whole bunch. It's like they get to this planet, and then all of a sudden you see Slave One.
Slave One. It just flew in the sky. Like oh, Slave's One here now. Let's go. It's so funny because you get to Tython, and it's cool. Hey, before we get to Tython as well, how about that scene with Mando and Grogu? Just like
oh, it's great.
He's like, hey Grogu, you did it, huh? And I gotta tell you, it kind of brought a little tear to my eye. With it brought a tear to my eye. He's getting very attached to the child. I think he feels more like a father, the father playing with his kid. You know.
Well, I was just gonna say it was very relatable because I can't tell you how many times, we're always playing down in the basement, and he was holding one of the lightsabers, and I had one of the beach balls that I'm doing the giveaway with.
Yeah.
Don't even ask me how that came about, dude. I'll be true to you guys. That will be the first and last time I do a giveaway with beach balls. It was very whatever.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. Can you say dance monkey dance? You know?
Dance for the beach balls,
tune
monkey.
in next time, and I'll be giving away a pack of gum.
Yeah, exactly. But, no more beach balls. We're just doing matchsticks next time. You got a rubber duck I can sell you.
So he was holding a lightsaber, and it looked like he was holding like a baseball bat. And I had a beach ball, and I was like, Bennett, ready? And I showed him like how to swing. And I was like, you can do it, buddy. You can do it, buddy. And I threw it, and he hit it. So like it's and then
Nice.
when you see like him being like, hey, Grogu, you go ahead,
Yeah.
you can get this ball, and it's like now it's very relatable.
Oh yeah, very much, very much. Hey Chris, first of all, was it one of the lightsabers like one of the master replicas ones that are worth like insane amounts of money? Was that the one he was using to hit the beach balls?
We use those ones to battle with the because he really likes Yoda's lightsaber, the
Yeah.
Force FX one, which is perfect because it's his size. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. It might be worth thousands of dollars, but whatever.
Yeah, we just swing away now.
Wow.
Like
Swing away, Meryl.
I use either Luke's or Anakin's. That's the ones I use.
Seems
But
familiar.
we were using dude, that was great.
Oh yeah, you got
See,
that.
for everyone listening right now, I know exactly what Joe's talking about.
I'm
When we
drop-
met Hayden.
Yeah, I'm dropping deep references here to Brews and Blasters. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I also dropped a
so when we
Signs
met Hayden-
reference. If you've seen Signs, guys.
What's that?
I also dropped a Signs reference too, right in there. Oh yeah.
Signs right?
Yeah,
In
from the
this
movie.
episode?
No, I just dropped it while we were talking about 2 minutes ago. I just drove this to a
What was
screeching
the
halt.
Signs reference?
I said, "Swing away, Meryl."
Oh,
yep.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Signs. Yeah, boom.
We can really get off the beaten path right
Yeah.
now about the movie Signs, but I don't want to go there.
No, I want to go there some other time. I do.
We will definitely, yeah. We'll get whacked
Yeah,
out and we'll talk about Signs.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
But yeah, I'm sure you guys heard that story real quick about Anakin.
Yeah.
What Joe just said.
Yeah, seems familiar.
What did he say?
You handled it like yeah.
When we met him,
Yeah. Like
we had the lightsabers with us, and we
We-
handed. I think Joe handed one
I
to him.
did. I said,
And
"Hey,
you guys had an exchange that was great.
you recognize this?" And he goes, "Seems familiar." And
Dude, he swung it around.
Yeah, he did. He felt it. He really like my old saber. Look at this. Yeah, he really was having a good time. What a great guy. Hey, I think that him and Rosario kind of were a thing back in the day.
I've been seeing a lot of pictures posting up
Mm-hmm.
of them like hugging and looking like they had a great time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. They might have been an item back in the day. I just love it. Anakin and Ahsoka and Hayden and Rosario. Imagine.
I'm loving it.
Imagine seeing live action
eating
Hayden
that up.
and Rosario on screen together. Could you imagine that?
That'd be sick, dude.
That would be
Well,
sick.
if they do a live action Ahsoka, like why
Yeah.
not have a flashback?
Do a flashback. Bring Hayden on to do a flashback. That would be sweet.
Hayden is so down to revisit Anakin. It's
Yes.
not even funny.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. You know what else is funny? We're talking about Hayden and Rosario when we should need to be talking about Boba Fett.
Boba.
Boba. Yeah,
I just want to make something clear. We love Hayden, and I
we love
want
it.
to see him back.
We love it. We want it.
I
We want
don't
that
want-
happening.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to think anything differently of what
No.
we're trying to say here.
Don't worry about it, Chris.
But
Don't-
anyway, okay, back to
Yeah.
Boba.
Yeah, this is a Boba Fett episode, kid. We've been waiting 38 years
Yeah.
for this.
We've been waiting 38 years. I'm 35, but I've been waiting 38 years for this.
That's true. This is how it works
This
out.
is 38 years in the making.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah, so Tython is a beautiful mountainous planet. This planet, I guess, has a lot of EU references, but I wasn't into the EU. And I don't know. That's cool. It's cool that they're digging back into the lore. You know what I mean? But I tell you, the Jedi Temple, to me, looked like Amon Hen in Lord of the Rings. The watch, the Weathertop.
I can see that.
Yeah, Weathertop. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And so when the Dark Troopers came down, I'm like, oh, this is like the Nazgul coming out. Like I just thought it was very cool. Did you notice there was like old ancient Jedi writing on the stone too? I thought that was awesome too. Nice little detail there.
Yes.
Yeah. And the
You know what I liked is when they were flying in, and he was like,
yeah.
obviously there's no place to land, but you got his view of looking out the window to the
Mhm.
mountaintop of where
Yes.
they need to be,
Yeah.
and then through the bottom window, you got Grogu's
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a really that's Robert Rodriguez for you. That's what you get when you get a veteran director of amazing movies
I
doing
don't
your
know.
episode.
he did this, and then see, and that's like right when it was over, I was like, Robert Rodriguez. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm like, makes sense. Okay, things are coming together. Thank God. Robert Rodriguez was in charge of Boba Fett's return. You know, that's it. You know,
and why wouldn't he? Because
yeah,
Jon Favreau, like with all of his buddies, I mean, they were literally making pizzas together.
exactly.
And it was like, why not get Robert Rodriguez?
It's like,
to
Robert, I got a
this
job
episode?
for you.
But,
you know,
but I really like that you got to see like Grogu's point of view, because it's like, you know, because the Mandalorian's like, hey, we can't land there, we're gonna have to land somewhere else.
You know
and
what he
then
says?
It cuts to Grogu looking, and it's like below, like, you know, the Mandalorian's leg.
I thought
you
that
know?
was that's a really good point. That's really beautiful direction, and yeah, that's really cool. What he says was, we're gonna have to travel this last part with the windows down, which means on his jetpack. I love that. We're gonna have to travel with
And
the
it
windows
cuts
down.
scene.
Yeah, and he's on the jetpack. What a great line. We're gonna go with the windows down. Super
and that's
cool.
another thing that I love is that they're not wasting time. It's
No.
not like, let's find a place to land. Let's watch the Razor Crest slowly land somewhere.
No.
It was like he mentioned that cut next scene, jetpack.
Yeah.
His ears are flapping all over the place, and they're just like flying to the top of the mountain.
Bro, the last episode was 45 minutes. This one's 32, including 4 minutes of credits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this was a fast
I just
episode, and a lot happened.
they need to be an hour. You know, am I being selfish? Yes,
Yes,
but you know,
yes.
they need to be an hour long.
Yeah, can we just have it just running in real life, in real time? Hey, you know how much of a jerk I am? I was when this episode was on, my wife almost never sees this. You know, she hates Star Wars, so she was kind of hanging out on the couch reading her book, and she like looked up a little bit. And I go, you know, say what you want about Star Wars. I just want you to appreciate the fact this is entirely done in one room. But it turns out this episode was done on location. This is the one episode that was on location and like in an actual place. You know what I mean? This is the one episode they shoot on location. Can you believe that? I finally figured that, you know, the one time I'm pointing out to my wife who hates Star Wars. Like, it's so funny, huh?
Well, did you tell her that, you know, that you found out, or is she still left believing that it was shot in a room?
Actually, no, I haven't told her, and I probably, you know what? If I tried to explain that to her, she'd be like, I don't know, I don't care. Whatever. You know what I mean? She's not even going to remember what I was talking about. Yeah.
Dude, just like Henry Winkler said in The Waterboy,
Yeah.
what Mama doesn't know won't hurt Mama.
That's true. You know, she's an amazing wife. Hates Star Wars, but you know what? Every other aspect of her life, she's an amazing wife. I can't ask for much more. You know.
There you go.
Yeah. What are you gonna do, right?
As much as she hates it, I mean, everybody thinks Grogu's adorable.
He's
So, I mean,
adorable.
she has to, dude. She has to at least agree to that.
Yeah, she wouldn't tell me that, but she does. She does. She knows. You know what I mean?
She definitely does.
Of
yeah.
course. You know, of course. You know, when he arrives on Christmas Day, I'm sure she won't mind.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a different story though. So when they get to the top of the Jedi Temple, did you notice there were like blue butterflies around?
I did. Not at first, but then they came.
Okay, this is a thing. This is the thing. Blue butterflies were seen in the Darth Vader comics when he was like channeling the Force. Because every time he would try and get into like the deep dark side meditation, he'd see these blue butterflies flying around, being like, "Hello," you know, just like being there, being very cute and
Good
like
morning.
Nice. Hi, Darth. You know, and he's like bleh, being all goth and like, you know, it's
that's the light side, and he's just
bro,
trying to
yeah,
press it down, like
Yeah.
just push it down.
and this is like in a vision. He's like doing like, so you don't actually see his armor, you just see him as like this black scarred figure in his like Force vision of like trying to be in the dark side, and all of a sudden you just see these beautiful blue butterflies just fluttering around him because there's still goodness in him. Like, and it was so cool to see the blue butterflies show back up and be like, you know, the light side of the Force is a very strong light side place, which is totally cool, you know. And then he goes through this meditation, and he like, you know, a force field comes up right around him. That's just wild. And the second the force field comes up, what happens? Our boy comes in with the Slave One. You know, you just see that thing shoot through the sky.
It was so surreal just seeing, because to be honest with you, we don't really see Slave One. I mean, we like the Empire Strikes Back with the trash scene basically. we see that and then when he's taking off with Han and Carbonite, but
Yeah.
real quick, you
Yep.
know, like it just kind of takes off and goes.
Yeah.
But this
Attack
time
of the
you're
Clone.
seeing it, like you're seeing it just float through the
Yeah.
sky,
And how it
like
lands.
this beautiful ship.
It does this beautiful spin, you know, as it lands. How great is that? Yeah. Yeah, it was very cool. It was very, very cool. And, you know, you knew Boba was going to show up. You didn't think it was going to be on the Jedi, you know, the planet. You didn't think this is how the episode was going to go. You know what I mean? You're like, you think, Boba Fett's coming now. He's here now. Well, he's doing that thing. But, you know, Grogu's doing that thing. And Boba Fett's here. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Where's it going to go? What's going to happen? Like, yeah. And all I can see is just the guys at the Boba Fett fan club, just their heads just exploding. Like the heads just explode. You know? I could just see like trancers from the 80s. Or scanners, not trancers. Scanners from the 80s, you know, that you can make the guys' heads blow up. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Boba Fett appears. I've been tracking you, Mandalorian. How long has he been tracking him for? I want to know. Do you think it was before season 2? How long has he been tracking him for? I wonder.
No, I think it was strictly for his armor.
Okay. That makes sense.
He maybe he was just about to pounce on Cobb, and then saw what went down with the Great Dragon, and then he was like, "All right, now this dude has my armor, so now he's on my list."
Well, let's not forget he was around. Maybe Mandalorian got on Boba Fett's radar with the Fennec Shand episode in season 1, because you got to remember that was Boba Fett that stepped out of the shadows to rescue Fennec Shand.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he was like, "Who's this dude with the Mandalorian armor?" You know? Yeah. Pretty cool. Do you think he knew that Cobb Vanth had the armor?
I think he might have, only because he knew of him. Because he references his name.
I go back and forth on this. Okay. So Boba Fett's been on Tatooine. What a great way. I love the way he pronounces that too. Tatooine. He's been on the planet for like 5 years, about maybe 6. Who knows? Since Return of the Jedi. I think he knows all the cities. He probably knows all the faces and names. Has he been to them all? I don't know. I don't know if Boba Fett's been to all the cities on Tatooine. You know, does he go off planet a lot? I don't know. You know, what's going on with Boba Fett? I feel like if he knew Cobb Vanth had it, he would go for the armor. Because the second Mandalorian had it, he went right for that armor, right? Didn't take him that long. I don't know. I don't get it. Did he let Cobb Vanth have the armor because Cobb Vanth was doing the right thing with it? That sounds noble, but I just don't see Boba Fett doing that. You know, that's his armor by right. That was his father's armor. You know, I just feel like he has very strong attachment to that. He's not just gonna let a dude hang on to his armor. You know. Right. I don't know.
That's why I don't think, because I mean, obviously he's emotionally attached
Mm-hmm.
to this armor because it was his father's. You know, that's why I don't think, like, if some dude was like, "Hey, I really need this for my small town because there's some troublemakers," and he was just like, "Okay, you can borrow it." I don't do it. It's not a DVD.
That
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a family
heirloom. Yeah, it's a prize. It's a treasure. It's Boba Fett's armor. Yeah, and you know, we were talking about this before the show too. That doesn't mean the helmet. That's not Jango Fett's helmet. Jango Fett's we did the comparison. Jango Fett's helmet was blown up in the Clone Wars. So Boba Fett got a new helmet. And besides, if you got to remember, Jango Fett's helmet had the racing stripes around the forehead, and Boba Fett's helmet never did, like etched right into the metal. So you know, it's the armor that really matters. That was his father's armor. You know, I think that Boba Fett was probably hanging out with the Tusken Raiders, learning how to use that gaffy stick, which he did. Oh, did he learn how to use the gaffy stick?
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Oh, boy. And, so I think that he got wind of what was going on with Cobb Vanth and Mando right at that time, and he let Mando take off with it, and he's like, now I know where my armor is. Let's freaking go. You know what I mean? I think that's really what had happened. You know? And at some point in between then and then, he made Fennec Shand a cyborg. You know? Just fixed her all up. Made her robotic. More machine now than woman. How about that,
Which is very interesting, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, Boba was kind of like the man of mystery.
Ooh, Boba.
You know, we knew he was a really good bounty hunter that, you know, Vader relied on.
Yeah.
You know, and other people too, like Jabba. But we didn't know his personality. We didn't really know much about him.
You really don't. Yeah.
If he could fix a person, like you said, just make her basically like half cyborg.
Yeah.
I mean, so basically we're learning that he's basically like a doctor. The dude's got to be very intelligent with you know, those type of skills,
bro,
on top of him being like the ultimate tracker.
Bro, what if Boba Fett has some cyborg in him? What if he's a cyborg too?
Dude,
you don't know. You don't know.
Imagine if Boba was a licensed doctor and he just did bounty hunting for like moonlighting.
For fun. Yeah, he's like Dr. Nick Riviera from The Simpsons. You know? Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Boba Fett.
It's me, Boba Fett. Yeah, I could totally see that. Hey, what if Boba Fett got a little cybernetic in him, you know, and he fixes that up? Hey, I'm gonna throw some deep knowledge at you. I'm gonna throw some deep trivia. I don't know if you know this or not, based on your Star Wars fandom. But you might. Back in the original Marvel comics, there was a bounty hunter introduced. Like, we're talking like the 70s and 80s, called Valance, the bounty hunter. And he was cyborg. He was more machine than man. He had like a palm blaster like Iron Man. His face was like half like robot, like Terminator, you know, T2.
Yeah.
And this dude just crushed. And he's back. He's back in his own Marvel comic series now in 2020. Called Bounty Hunters, and he's cool. He's a cool character. Did you know about Valance the Bounty Hunter?
No, not at all.
Yeah, this is old school, man. I mean, this is like from the 70s too. But because I know you're not a big comic guy, I didn't know if you knew about him. I don't know if they really did a lot of. I don't know if they ever did a figure for him either.
I don't think they did. The only thing that I read into was they did like a short, like graphic novel, or maybe just like one comic book of like basically Boba getting Han and Carbonite in his travels to Jabba's palace, and there was a bunch of bounty hunters that were trying to take Han and Carbonite from Boba so they can get the reward, basically. And there was one bounty hunter that really stuck out to me. His name was Furlag. He was like a bat. He looked like a bat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was really short-lived character. He got sucked right out of Slave One, and I'm assuming died. But right when I saw him, I was like, this dude looks cool, you know? And I actually, I made a custom when I was, you know, you would look at it and be like, wow, that's amateur hour. But that was a long time ago, like when I was living at my dad's house. But yeah, Furlag. And really, really, really cool looking bounty hunter.
Oh, that's cool. I brought up Valance because Valance was, you know, a cyborg. You know, so I feel like cybernetics and bounty hunting seem to go hand in hand. Yeah, Valance is a cool character. He was ex-Imperial. He actually was on like the same X-Wing squad as Han Solo when they were in the Academy. And yeah, he was in a really, really bad TIE fighter accident. And instead of putting him through like the back door and everything like that, the Empire made him like disgusting cyborg. Yeah, it's one of those. But he's a cool looking character. He really is. And this new Bounty Hunter series has just been flat out awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna try and send you. I want to send you a picture right now, just so you.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna like
definitely
him.
Shoot that over.
Because I wonder if you saw the picture, if you would know him. Yeah. See.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. You know what I mean? Like, because she just gets shot in her stomach, and then she has like this little like hatch, and it opens up, and like her basically where her intestines would be is all mechanical.
Oh yeah, it was so cool. You know, it's one of those things that I just wonder how much of it goes hand in hand with with bounty hunting, because it seems like, you know, sooner or later you're probably going to need some sort of cybernetic replacement.
Yeah, I mean, it's also possible that he knew somebody on Tatooine that had those skills as well. You know what I mean? Because like
Tatooine, you got to say it like Boba says it. Tatooine. Tatooine. Big nod, by the way, to Tamara Morrison. I feel like he was taking a lot of the way Boba spoke from Daniel Logan's performance in 2002. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think he just did an excellent job with delivering like what he because he's a great actor, and he thought about what Boba should sound like.
Yeah. Did you know
he should be?
Did you pick up any Daniel Logan?
What I mean? to be honest with you, I was just on cloud nine, just seeing Boba there. And
Yeah.
I wasn't really thinking it Daniel Logan. No offense to Daniel Logan.
Yeah.
But you know, it just all I kept thinking was how genius was it that how it all kind of came together. That Django, used his DNA. They used it to make a clone army. He wanted one unaltered clone to be his son. You know what I mean? And then all those years down the road, they're like, wait a second, give him a call, and he's gonna be Boba because guess what? He is Boba Fett.
Yeah,
He's what Boba Fett should look like.
Yeah, he's exactly what Boba Fett should look like. It's just so funny. I love this like dirty, disgusting version of Boba Fett too. Like totally bald, no eyebrows. That's what really makes him look crazy. And like the scar that goes across his face with like the dead white flesh in between. Oh, yeah, such a cool design.
They really took it home because it was like you could only imagine the inside of a Sarlacc stomach would be like those acids that break down food.
Yep.
So like when you see it, almost looks like chemical burns. Like that white scarring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's definitely like the stomach acid like got on his face. But
yeah,
what else I was thinking is like the armor, you could tell has that heavy weathering on it.
Oh, so yeah.
Like how did it get under the helmet? But then again, like when you fall into the Sarlacc stomach, are you literally falling into like waist high of just like stomach juices and acids and all kinds of gross things?
I don't know, man. I mean, it takes him like 1,000 years to digest them. So, maybe you get a little splish splash here, a little splish splash there. Who knows how long he was in there for? Did he blast his way out 10 minutes later? Did he spend like a year in there? Who knows?
Oh, right.
Yeah. I remember in what's the name of the stupid video game? It was great. Force Unleashed. You actually go inside a Sarlacc in one level. Sounds like wind. Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember that?
You're right. And I can't. It's been so long. I know exactly what you're talking about because I played both of them and I really enjoyed both. But I can't. I'm having a hard time remembering that.
Yeah, it's weird. There's like people sucked inside the walls and like it's massive and it's crazy. It's great. That level was crazy. Not canon anymore, but I just thought it was pretty cool. Yeah.
This guy looks pretty cool.
Yeah, Valence. He was Terminator before Terminator. Yeah, pretty cool.
I was gonna say he's like a mixture of like Terminator and what's his name? Cable from like Deadpool 2.
Yeah, only he was like 10 years before both of them.
Well, he just has that like Josh Brolin like haircut going on.
Yep. Totally. Yeah, he's a cool character, Baylor Valance. But back
when you said like disgusting, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna look gross. And then I'm like, nah, he's like a decent looking guy.
Well,
but he's like, he is gross because he's like cyborg.
He's not like Dengar gross, like Dengar has like BO, Dengar's like disgusting human being. So it's not like that. But it's not good either. Yeah. So I noticed like Fennec moved like robotically, like when she got up. A couple of times when she got up from like her shooting position, she had like kind of like one of those. I thought that was cool.
Dude, she throws down like holy crap.
I love like the one shot of her like she jumped backwards off a rock while still shooting at stormtroopers. It was so legit.
Yeah,
so legit. Everything that Boba Fett said was just so. It was so iconic, I give my allegiance to no one. Like when asked if he's a Mandalorian, he's like, no, I give my allegiance to no one. Like that is so Boba Fett right there.
Yeah. So we talked pretty heavy. We talked for almost an hour before we started recording about this. And so one of my concerns, I already went to like defense mode. Like one of my concerns was like, and I knew that they were gonna do right by Boba, but I was like, please don't make me like not like him. Like please don't make him like a bad guy, And I was like, let them be like buddies or something. And then like, dude, you knew exactly where that was going. Like the first like I would say 2 minutes in, you know, when he was like, hey, there doesn't need to be any bloodshed here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this dude straight up wants his armor back.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. He doesn't know what kind of person Mando is. And, you know, he kind of set up the gambit. He set up the position to trap Mando into saying, no, let's talk. That's what he really wanted to do. He wasn't going to kill the kid. You know what I mean?
No.
He wasn't going to kill the kid. He just wanted to be in the position to bargain. And it's like, okay, now we can bargain. Let's sit down. Let's all put down our weapons and talk. And I think it's a great setup for Boba Fett. He's smart. He's crafty. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I totally dig it. Yeah. So he you know, Fennec stands down, but he needs Mando to put down his jetpack instead of his weapons. Why his jetpack? You know, I have an idea why. Because if Mando puts down his jetpack, he doesn't have the high ground. That's Star Wars strategy right there. You always give up never get up the high ground. And Mando did. He put down his jetpack, and now he has to run up and down that damn hill all episode from now on. Oh man.
Basically.
Yeah. Also, another great Boba Fett line: "Fate sometimes steps in to rescue the wretched." I love that.
I really I like that a lot too.
Yeah.
And the whole like I'm a simple man just trying to make my way in the universe.
That's like your
and then
favorite
it's just
line.
like my father be.
Okay, so 2 days later, we have we took some time. That was an interruption. Mid-sentence, Chris was talking, and my internet just died. And so we were unable to finish the episode on our usual recording night. But yeah, so we're back. And we're back. Wow. Alrighty. Okay, I'm dying now. So, man, yeah, this episode with Boba Fett, I'm just so excited for, and I'm happy to be talking about it yet again and wrapping up everything else happened in the second part of the episode. So I think that we should just probably dive in saying, you know, Boba Fett guarantees the safety of the child in exchange for his armor. He's like, give me the armor, I guarantee the safety of the child. Pretty big thing there. You know, he's like, well, you know, like that's a guarantee. Like Mando can like take the day off. I thought that was pretty funny, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But the second they didn't even get to like really like handing over the armor or any parts of the deal because the Empire arrives. And Moff Gideon's making his move. So this whole part, you know, with them like running up and down the hill and fighting on the hill, I feel like this is where it looked like it was shot on location a little bit. It kind of felt a little bit Star Trek to me. I don't know. Did you feel a difference there?
Well, I definitely felt that it was shot on location. You know, because either that or that was a huge set.
Yeah, I just don't know how you gonna like. Maybe that's a limitation of the volume. How you gonna do like hills and stuff, right?
Well, hills in the lighting too, because that was definitely like natural sun.
Yes, it was. Yeah, everything about it just screamed location for like pretty much the first time on the series. So it did look a little different.
Location.
That's right. It's everything. But you know what didn't look a little like Star Trek or TV like? Boba Fett just taking out that gaffy stick, dude.
Yeah.
The gaffy stick scene, and you get like his scene, you get like his music going, and it's like dun 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 dun, dun, and he's just like walking around, stalking around with this massive, heavy gaffy stick like behind him. He's like letting it drag like behind him.
Guerrilla warfare right there.
Yeah. I like, who knew that Stormtrooper helmets shattering would look so cool, right?
Oh, it's the best. They literally shatter like porcelain.
I know, and the psycho look in his face when like he's whacking. Do you see that look on his face? Like, oh my god!
Better yet, when he whacks him, looks over him, pauses for a little bit, and then just stabs him in the chest.
Oh yeah, you're like, what's up? Stab. Oh.
He's like, I wanna make sure you're done.
Yeah. So you can brush teeth with a gaffy stick, and you can also like just smoke stormtroopers, just destroy them. Unbelievable.
So the gaffy stick is the Swiss Army knife of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the Tuscan Army knife. That's what. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah. So they get through. They take out an entire like ship worth of stormtroopers, and then a second one lands. You're like, oh, come on, you know?
Yeah. He's like, hey, I have to go help.
Yeah. And yeah, Mando wakes up right at that time, right as the second one's landing, and he's like, all right, I guess I gotta get back in here. Jetpack's still at the bottom, so you know he lost the high ground. And yeah. And so Boba steals back the armor before any of the before any sort of deal can be made between Mando and Boba. He sees the armor. He sees the ship open. He just makes his move. I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Like, it's right there. It's the best chance they have of defending themselves. And you know what? Hey, it's his armor anyways, right?
Oh, dude, it was calling to him.
Yeah.
It's like he was like in the zone, and then he just like looked over, and the
Yeah.
armor was like looking at
Yeah.
was looking at who? Was the armor looking at him? You know what I mean?
Exactly. The armor just called him, like, Boba. It's like, ooh, Boba.
It's like Jumanji when you open up the board game, you
I
just
know.
hear the drums.
Doof, 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 doof. Yeah, pretty much. You can just hear it. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, so there's a little bit of fighting. Mando and Fennec Shan are giving it their all, and they look like they're in trouble. And Boba Fett comes back to save the day, flying in, and oh my God, he looked like a master in that armor, right? Like, he just smokes people and takes names. The first time we've ever seen Boba Fett actually do anything amazing. Also,
Right. We're getting full personality. We're getting full action. It's no more of like that.
The man of
he's
mystery.
All style and all style and no action. Well, guess what? Now he's all style and all action.
oh God, it's so much style, so much action. Yeah, I guess that the legend lives up to the reality in this case.
Yes.
Yeah. He just had a bad day in the set of Return of the Jedi. He just had a bad day.
Well, we don't know. We don't know exactly how long that was. Maybe he had a couple of drinks. Maybe he was hanging out. He was nice and relaxed. It could have been one of those really hot days.
He was he was at Jabba's and he was courting the ladies. He probably did have a couple of drinks. You don't know. You know?
Yeah, I always wondered, like, if there was some kind of exchange. Like, he's a bounty hunter, or either that he was like actually friends with Jabba. Because what would make him? Like, him seeing what's going on, and he's like, I'm gonna put a stop to this on my own terms and fly onto the skiff boat. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, if he wasn't getting paid, like, why would he jump into a fight that wasn't his type deal?
Yeah, I think he just hated Jedi too, you know?
There was whatever happened between him and Han, and he was like, no, I'm ending this, because it seems like they did have a previous relationship. You know
I know, right? So yeah, I love, like, Boba coming back. He has like that warrior skirt on, like, he's all black, and you get the armor back, and he is just deadly. He's deadly. Like, we thought Mando was deadly in his armor. Boba is like next level. You know what I mean? It's like, if Mando's been in the armor taking names for 10 years, Boba was been doing it for like 40. And it's just like, even though that's not true, like, actually Mandalorian and Boba Fett aren't that different in age. You know what I mean? But it just feels that way, right? It's just so awesome. He's a wrecking crew.
It feels like Boba's like max 10 years older than Din Djarin.
Max.
I can't really see it being that much different.
Yeah.
Let's say if Din Djarin was like 38, 40,
Yeah.
like Boba's what?
45,
50?
46. Yeah, at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's 50.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 is probably pushing it. I would
We
say
tried
like
we tried to do
mid-40s.
the math last week. It's probably like it's less than 10 years at the most. Could be like 4 or 5 years. But yeah, Boba just has he knows that armor. It's like, it's like he's putting on like riding a bike, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, he just got back in that armor. It's like, it's time to go. And like, I love
We saw
kind
a
of
lot of these cool gadgets.
the knee darts. Hello.
Oh
Yeah.
Hello.
Did you people might think that's new too. That goes back to like the old Marvel comics. Like, Boba Fett's been had those knee darts for years.
And you proved that too. You sent me a screenshot, and I was like,
Yep.
knee missiles.
Knee missiles,
in the
yeah.
house.
It's amazing. I also like the little bit of the middle-aged punch. He's a little thick, Boba. So if you looked a little thick, I like it. It gives me hope.
We all have it.
Yeah.
You know?
It gives me hope.
middle-aged man body right there.
That's middle-aged badass man body right there.
Yeah.
You know? It's all right. You got a little punch, you can still kick some ass. I love it.
Well, that's what it's all about. Like, hey, I'm still going to throw down, but I'm also going to enjoy this cheeseburger because you're not going to tell me I can't eat that.
Yeah, the cheeseburger doesn't get worked off as as easily, but the muscle stays.
No.
Yeah, that's all.
That is true. The muscle will always be there.
Yeah.
There's just some stuff on top of the muscle because that happens to me.
You get some padding. That's all. It's just extra padding. That's all it is. So you get the armor, you get the padding, you're all good.
I mean, we also don't know too. Like, he is wearing that black cloak or because I would like to think that has some thickness to it.
I think it was a little thick.
And you're putting armor on top of that, so it makes him look more bulky too.
Yeah, that wasn't a custom job. He threw that thing on to get to work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, how about using the rocket?
Dude, the use of the missile coming out of the jetpack is excellent. It was like magnificent.
Yeah, it was like rangefinder down, boop, poof, and he turns around before it explodes. I'm like, oh, this is perfect.
What I loved is I watched this episode twice, and when he has the rangefinder down, he is targeting the first ship, but he ends up hitting the second.
I love it.
Hits the first, and and you know what I love too? His honesty. Great shot. I was aiming for the other one.
Yeah, that's an old line. I forget what it's from, but it's from an old Western or something like that. Which is funny. But yeah, I think it was hilarious because I was looking at that. I was looking at them going up there and like, oh damn, oh, he's gonna use the rocket. I'm like, hit the top one so it hits the bottom one. That's gonna be perfect. And then he does it, and I'm like, I was aiming for the other one. I'm like, that wouldn't have worked out as well.
Right. It just needs to be calibrated. Like, it's been out of it. I'm sure he's gonna go through his armor and all the gadgets and make him perfect again.
Yeah, he's a little rusty. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they kill the Razor Crest. They killed it. They killed my ship
out of nowhere. Now, I was talking to Bill today, and I was telling him. By no means were we tapping each other on the back, but I was like, yo, me and Joe we were recording before these 2 episodes before Ahsoka and Boba, and we were talking about the Beskar and how it could deflect a lightsaber, and I was like, Joe literally mentioned, he was like, I don't think the Razor Crest is gonna make it, and I was like, I don't know, man, because that seems to be like the signature ship.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. You talked me off the ledge.
Right when they cut scene and the thing explodes, I was literally like, Joe called that one.
Damn, I was like, damn. I looked at him like, what if they look how they've massacred my boy? Like the Godfather.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. Oh,
and there's nothing left of that thing.
No, they destroyed it. They killed it. It's dead. There's no coming back. The Razor Crest is gone.
Oh, it's 100% gone.
And all those bastards at Hasbro are like, just putting their fingers together like, y'all got those HasLabs in, didn't you?
You know what's funny? I bet you they didn't even know. They're probably like,
I know, they probably didn't.
They're probably like, thank God we got this in now.
I know, right? I just feel like everyone who backed the Razor Crest is like it hurt a little more. I think it hurt a little more.
To be honest, I knowing it blowing up, I still would have backed it.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, HasLab has only been about ships that blow up. So the next, what are they going to... Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, I mean, the next HasLab is probably going to be, I don't know, like Darth Vader's like TIE Advance. Like, what are they going to do with some of the ship that blows, that actually never blew up, but I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. They can't do the Falcon because that didn't blow up.
Nope. It's still running strong.
Yeah. The quad jumper in The Force Awakens. Yeah.
The quad jumper and what's that? Which one's that?
That was a little ship they were going to get to before they go, the garbage will do, and they go on the Falcon. Yeah.
Right. Man, it's been a while.
Joe, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yo, it's been a minute. It really has. I want to go through and watch the entire sequel trilogy for the first time. I haven't done that. I want to just take a night and just watch all 3.
I'm still watching the movies like I always did.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like the sequel movies, they don't make it into the mix as much. And I'm not saying I don't like them because I really enjoyed all of them.
Yeah.
It's just that I think it's going to take a little more time for them to like get that sweet spot. You need to do what I'm thinking of doing, and you just need to have a sequel trilogy night. You just need to do a whole trilogy back to back. That's what you got to do. You got to decide. You got to make that happen. And then you can, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I enjoyed all 3 of those movies. I really did. I don't know, dude. I always put on the original 3. I always do.
Exactly. It's just a different vibe.
And then I always sprinkle in the prequels. And I don't know. It's how I always did it.
Oh yeah, totally. So Dark Troopers arrive. All right.
Yeah.
Before we do this, let's talk with the Razor Crest a little bit more. So what did we lose? What did we lose with the Razor Crest? Gone. We lost the droid Zero. He can't come back.
Yep, that's gone.
No carbon freezing chamber.
All his weapons, basically.
Dude, the disintegration rifle. I think it's gone. I think it's gone.
I think that's gone as well.
That hurts even more. Unless Boba Fett took it and was like, this would look really good with my dinosaur. Like that would be amazing. Like, what if Boba Fett like repainted his armor to look like the holiday special armor, and he saved that, and then he rides around on a dinosaur?
That would be insane.
It'd be insane, right? It would be great. I would love it. Yeah. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. That armor does need a paint job. It does.
Right.
Yeah. So he needs to do something with that armor. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe white. White would be nice. Maybe I like that white Boba Fett.
Did you see the Gentle Giant? They did the holiday. Basically it's the prototype. Oh my God, I can't talk. It's the prototype Boba Fett. It's the Jumbo Kenner.
Yeah.
Figure.
Yeah. I've seen that before. It's not new, right?
It's brand new.
Oh no, maybe I haven't seen it then.
It's the jumbo figures.
Oh yeah. I don't really do the jumbo figures. I'll have to check this out.
It's Joe. It's prototype Fett.
Really?
Have everything You have everything.
I definitely don't have everything. I have a lot. Yeah. Now we've derailed. Now I need to find out. Yeah. Prototype Fett, jumbo.
Just go to Diamond Select, and I'm sure it'll be on the front page.
Oh, I got it here. Okay. Prototype Boba Fett, Jumbo Kenner holiday release from okay.
Yeah, holiday. Yep.
Oh yeah, look at this. It's just a repaint of the other one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it looks like a Kenner Boba Fett, but it's white. Oh my God, and it has like a cape that just like has like a Star Wars thing on it. It looks cheesy, but also really cool.
Oh, I didn't know it had a cape.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it a J slot or L slot?
I can't see the back.
Can you confirm?
I know. Okay, yeah. Click here to pre-order. Yeah, maybe I might just have to make this happen right now.
How much is it?
Sorry, please sign in to continue. It has to be premium guild members only.
Oh, so, are they saying that that's the free gift for premium guild members?
No, you can pre-order if you're a guild member.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't sign back up. I signed up to be a premium guild member strictly to get the Amanda Man bust.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy I did because that thing is gorgeous.
Well, I'm very sad that you're not a guild member anymore because now Joey can't get this.
I would have hooked you up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, well.
It is worth it, because I think I just did gold member and it was like $100, but then you get $30 anytime spend money. You get like $15, you get 10% off. To be honest with you, it's well worth it. If there's things that you want, and you get a free gift, which basically the gift pays for the membership.
True. I might have to think about this.
Man, I would like to think that was probably like $1.25 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already ahead of the game.
Yeah, I might have to think about it because I really do like this thing. We'll see. But we're way off track here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fettquest.
Fettquest. So yeah, the Dark Troopers arrive. They take the child. Boba Fett gets in Slave 1 to try and track them down, and he sees the it's not a Star Destroyer, but it's like a dreadnought. It's like a smaller, it's like a light cruiser. And he's like, they're back.
The Empire.
They're back. Like, this isn't a spice dream. I'm dying to know about that. A spice. Has that dude been just like hanging out doing spice on Tatooine?
I hope so, because I would.
Yeah,
I would totally do that with him.
Yeah, like healing up, taking spice. Is he like a little bit of a spice addict?
Where's Joe and Chris whacked out?
Whacked out on spice.
With Boba Fett.
Yeah, just drooling. the drooling with Boba Fett. Okay. Yeah, so they get these by the way, the Dark Troopers were pretty cool, very robotic. They land, they land like feet first as they come out of the sky. Yeah.
They look like they're like pure titanium.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wonder if they're Beskar. I wonder if they're made out of Beskar themselves.
Oh,
That would be
if they are
pretty messed up.
we're in big trouble.
Yeah, that's why maybe that's why everyone in the galaxy is looking at the Beskar. Who knows? So Mando, you find Mando just sifting through the wreckage. That was so sad, right? He's just like sifting through the wreckage, and he finds the ball that Grogu loves, and he finds the spear. Because clearly those two, I think, I'm dying to know what the deal is with the ball. If there's some bigger meaning, is it a map reader, like Bill said? Is it made of Beskar itself? I'm wondering all about that ball. I feel like there's gonna be something more. Yeah. So after that, he kind of gets out of the wreckage, and Boba's like, he shows him his chain code for the armor. He's like, yep, see, it's mine. It's like, no, it really is mine. I wasn't BSing you. And here's my father, Jango. Jango was a foundling. Yeah, and people have deciphered this too. They've deciphered the what it actually said.
Yeah, I saw something, but I wasn't familiar with the names.
Well,
because I think they're like from like comic books and stuff like that.
Yeah. One of them was Jaster Muriel, which from the expanded universe was the person who trained or raised Jango Fett. And it says,
Oh, wow.
mentor Jast, father Fett. Yeah. So, and also Concord Dawn and some other words were in there too. So very interesting. So Jango was a foundling, and he was raised by Jasta Muriel. So I wonder if we'll find any more info there, or if that was kind of like a little, it was just like a little, nod to the fans who actually deciphered that. So it's pretty cool. I like Jango being a foundling. That changes a lot because, in the Clone Wars, you had Prime Minister Olmec saying like, Jango Fett is nothing but a scumbag, or whatever he said, right? He's like, he basically said he's not a Mandalorian. And I don't know, like, is that just, Olmec turned out to be a scumbag himself. He was like, corrupting the tea or whatever, hurting the kids. But I wonder if
The milk.
Yeah, the milk. That's right. I wonder if the entire like regime that Satine had, like if her whole government didn't recognize the foundlings and didn't recognize the foundlings who served in the Mandalorian Civil War, and they were like all about the pure blood. You know what I mean? Because it seems like the Death Watch did. The Death Watch eventually they do recognize the foundlings, because that's how Din Djarin was found. So absolutely. I really wonder the implications of Jango being a foundling and what we knew so far. I want to learn more. And it restores Boba being a Mandalorian, finally.
Yeah, I really like that a lot, because when they were talking crap about Jango and how he's not a Mandalorian, and I was like, really? Like,
yeah.
That's why I like how they're like, we're gonna smash this like real quick right now.
Yeah, they squash that beef.
Smash it.
I feel like Boba has been restored. Boba Fett has now been restored to the badass we always knew he was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud9. We love it. We just love this guy so much.
Yeah.
We love him more than ever. To be honest with you, I love him more than ever now.
Oh yeah. I want to see more.
Because he was always like, man, this guy is the definition of badass.
Oh yeah. He looks so cool.
And this was going by looks.
Yeah, just looks.
And now seeing him in action, it's just like you're falling in love with this character
Mm-hmm.
all over again.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. So they head back to Navarro, and they meet up with Cara Dune, who's now Marshal of the New Republic. She took that little star thing with the Republic logo on it. Yeah, it's like a sheriff's badge. She's a marshal now. I felt like such a dum-dum not realizing that's what Captain Carson Blue was giving her when he gave her that. He was like deputizing her. I was like, what is that thing? I don't even know.
Well, it seemed like she didn't have her mind made up, and he was like, I'm just gonna leave this here. And then when we saw her, it was like, oh, I guess she called him up and was like, hey, sure, I'm a marshal. Yeah. I'm rebelling again. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. I don't know. I dig it. So Mando's gonna go after Miggs Mayfeld, Bill Burr, Boston, and it's time to assemble the wrecking crew. That's what this is. He's time to get out all the heavy guns. We're going after him. And Cara Dune was like, I don't know if I can go with you on this one. I gotta follow the rules now. And he's like, they got the kid. And she's like, oh damn. Like, you see that look in her eye, like, okay, let's go get the kid.
It's like, I just can't wait. Wrecking Crew Assembled. I can't wait for next episode to see what's gonna happen.
And I can't wait for you to see it.
Oh, you've already seen it. I know, because it's Friday now. We lost some time. Last scene.
We did.
Last scene.
We didn't really touch upon like Grogu meditating this like force beam.
Oh
of
yeah,
energy.
we really didn't talk
And
about that much.
all like these little, not like hieroglyphics, but like all these like little things that were glowing on the. I'm sorry, man, I can't talk. All these little like things glowing on the
rock. Yeah.
ball
Yeah.
that he's sitting on.
Well, I don't know what language that was. It was like that ancient Jedi language that you saw in like the Jedi temples and Rebels in like the World Between Worlds. It was that sort of like ancient language.
Yeah.
We don't know much about it.
I mean, obviously, like we have no idea, but he was meditating for quite some time.
Yes, he was.
I'm really curious if he reached somebody.
Yeah, I wonder who he was reaching, what he was talking to. I wonder what was happening there. Was he putting something out? Was he receiving something? Was there a back and forth going on? But it was happening. He was untouchable. It was like
You know who else has force meditation powers?
Who?
Pope Francis. That's confirmed.
Oh, that is true. That is true. I don't really know what that means, but I mean, it was part of the Seeing Stone too, right? It was like he was on that stone getting those powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think part of that was like what the stone was doing. Part of it was Grogu. I don't know. I don't know what else was going on there. Do you think
Maybe he was just channeling in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Becoming one.
Who do you think, if anyone comes, who do you think would come? Do you think it's going to be Luke?
No. Oh, I shouldn't rule that out that quick. But the only reason why I said no is because of like, well, actually, Luke did try, like, doing the whole Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
And he tried doing that. So I'm sure he was searching for Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're gonna go there though. I mean, I think maybe it's just gonna be one of the survivors from Order 66.
There's not that many left, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's been a long time since Order 66. It's been like, I don't know, 20, 25, 26 years?
Yeah, I mean, and they just been living their normal lives, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just, to bring Luke into it, I
That's
don't
next
think
level.
that they would do something.
It's next level.
Yeah,
right?
I just don't think they would do that, like
Yeah.
Luke.
Too close to the core story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like, then if let's say he does go with Luke, then we'll never know what happens to Grogu.
That's true. Yeah, and that brings a lot of ideas up for what's going on with Mandalorian Season 3. Like maybe, does Grogu's story end soon? And is there something else new with Mando and Boba? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. So the last scene, we're with the child. And he's on board the Imperial ship, and he's just flopping stormtroopers around. He's messing with them. He looks angry, right? Like he's just using them, just smashing them around, and he's getting tired doing it. But he is angry, and he's not happy. But it's making him tired. It makes him oh so sleepy. As what's his name was saying. I thought that was so creepy the way he said that too. As Gideon said that, it makes you oh so sleepy. I was like, oh damn, don't talk to him like that.
Yeah, his arrogance, like I'm like, oh dude, like
yeah, you just want to smack him, right?
I do want to smack him. I mean, in all fairness to the actor,
yeah,
he's
great. He's great. He's unbelievable.
If you start hating a character, that means they're doing their job.
They're doing the job, absolutely. So, a lot of people are like, oh no, Grogu's going to the dark side, right?
I didn't see that at all.
No, I don't see that at all.
Him, like I looked at that as like protecting himself.
Defense. Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Defense. Do you blame a baby for acting out?
No.
I mean, if your boy or my daughter did something bad, I don't like, oh no, you're going to the dark side now. You're done. No, you teach them. Right?
Right.
And that he's a very tiny little thing being threatened by these very intimidating, evil people. He's just defending himself, if you ask me. He's captured, and he's just trying to keep these people off him because he doesn't want to be, drained of his blood anymore on the operating table. Right. I get it. I don't think it's anything bad. I don't think that's the tragedy. I don't think him going to the dark side. That's the last thing I want to talk about. What is the tragedy? Is it Mandalorian maybe having to give up Grogu at some point? Is that the tragedy? Is it the death of the Razor Crest? Maybe. Is it
okay.
Is it Boba's family having been shunned from Mando society all these years? Is it the capture of the child? Is that the true tragedy?
See, that's what I was leaning towards. But like when you pointed out all those other little things, it was just like, wow, it can really go in a few different directions here.
I got one more for you. You ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Is it the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I mean, is there something about Plagueis that is wrapped up with the child and the project that's going on in trying to create Snoke's?
Right.
You know, is Palpatine trying to recreate Plagueis to be a host?
We're just seeing that side of the Empire that they're doing like gross experiments.
Yeah, the gross stuff. yeah.
It's like, did you see that that movie called something Lord, Overlord?
No, I want to though.
Dude, okay, I saw it and it's good. And it's like the Nazis were doing like these really disgusting experiments, like had like crazy weird scientists doing like gross things.
Yeah.
And it's like the Empire is kind of doing that right now.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, which makes sense, right? Yeah. I love like Nazi occult like fight. You know, I like Hellboy. That was like the coolest part of that. You know, that and the one scene when John Hurt was like, yeah, when World War II ended in 1956. He's like, that ended in 1945. He goes, did it now? I love the look he gives. But yeah, you know, Hellboy, good Star Wars talk. Another episode is done. And yeah, I don't know, man. This was just a staggering episode. Boba Fett is back in all his glory, and he's riding with Mandalorian. Fennec Shand is riding with Mandalorian until they retrieve the child. So what does that mean? You know, how long are we gonna go?
He's a man of his word.
Yeah, how long are we gonna go? How much Boba Fett are we gonna get? I say bring it on. I want to see I want to learn as much about Boba Fett as I can. I want to spend as much time with him as I can. I want to, you know, I just want to see more of the original Mando. Man. Yeah, Fettquest. It's a true Fettquest now because Fett has also been quested with protecting the child. I love this.
Now, has it been confirmed that there's 8 episodes in season 2?
Correct.
Okay, so we actually have 1 left.
Well, you've seen episode 7, so yes, there are after the tragedy there are 2 episodes left, and that's it.
Oh man,
you're all thrown off because you've already gone on to the next chapter. You're all thrown off here. You're killing. Yeah.
I'm already getting sad. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have to wait I would say definitely like a strong year now.
Oh yeah. That we got about a good year before new Star Wars comes back, but that's all right. Well, I don't know. Who knows when the Bad Batch is premiering? We got a lot of things to talk about when it comes to upcoming Star Wars, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah. So, hey guys, thanks for listening. I don't know. I'm just getting so tired of giving subscribe and to go to this place and do this thing. Just listen to the show. That's it. I hope you had a good time with us. We had a good time with you. Have some good food this week. I think that's a nice thing to say. I just had some pasta bolognese.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, large shells.
Good num-nums.
It's some good nummies, I'll tell you that. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
I'm afraid the party's canceled. The servants never show. On the wall was penciled. I was foreboding note. Force getting ready. Men begin too much. All the world will suffer. The Wookiees' wicked clutch.